Currency most valued by Shonen Jump editors has to be some of that good throat, cause there's no way in hell Doron Dororon has lasted this long without the aid of some knee pads and chloroseptic spray. This has got to be one of the most generic manga that I have ever had the misfortune of reading, and I say this being one of the 6 people in the world who's actually finished Pastel. I'm not sure if this manga is aimed at 6-year-olds. Is there like a Shonen Jump Juniors part of the weekly magazine that I'm unaware of? I don't read weeb, so I'm not sure, but Doron Dororon is both a travesty and a mockery. The story is straight foul. You have an orphan boy named Dora. He has an arrogant attitude, but wants to help people. He just so happens to encounter evil creatures called Mononoke who kill his mother. He later comes across a pick-me Mononoke by the name of Kusanagi. Dora and Kusanagi team up to save some kids, break some rules along the way, and garner the attention of an organization that recruits them to help combat the Mononoke or some generic shit. The art is poor AF. Only the battles look halfway decent, but stationary conversations between the characters are ass. I think the backgrounds, which actually have a fair amount of detail to them, is drawn by an assistant, cause no way in hell you can have such bland, one-dimensional characters in the same panel as a city backdrop that actually has a bit of attention paid to its design. It makes no sense at all, and don't get me started on the shitty character designs. Nobody here stands out. I truly don't know what the mangaka is thinking. None of these characters have any sort of visual appeal to them. No panels pop out. Page layout is so boring. There's just no identity here. I feel no connection to Dora or Kusanagi. I don't care about Dora whatsoever, or his dead family, or his money woes, or his personal resolve to save people. I've seen this all done before, hundreds of times, with better male leads. And why is Kusanagi so whiny? Seriously, I've never understood the trope in manga to have such bitchy, annoying characters that cry whenever the wind blows in their direction. It's fucking bewildering and something that needs to be rid of in all modern manga. Ginchoyo sucks. She just fucking sucks. Why rip off the character design of Frog Ho from My Hero Academia? I can tell the author favored her, but I guess the editor didn't, cause Ginchoyo is essentially written out of the story in exchange for Psycho Jenny, who is a bland, overpowered love interest, and not a great replacement, to be honest. The action in Doron confuses me. This was something that I noticed as a glaring issue in other WSJ manga, like Jujutsu Kaisen. Yuki, or whatever the fuck the main dude's name is in JJK, I don't care, is introduced as a character having incredible physical strength, all before he gets possessed by his QB or some shit. Again, I don't care, but it felt so rushed and fake when I read it. But at the very least, early Jujutsu Kaisen is able to build off of the strength that it has with its world building and pretty decent art. All of this is able to mitigate the pacing issues of early JJK, and the reader gets very immersed with the story and just looks forward to what is going to happen next. When you compare JJK to Doron, which it's obviously very influenced by, you don't have those same sterling moments with Dora. Instead, you have another kid MC who wildly swings his sword around and jumps really high, who can somehow keep up with the enemies and top-ranking fighters of the organization he just joined. I don't know, every battle reads the same and is so boring. The Grand Fisher-esque fight in Chapter 7 was a straight rip from Bleach, without any of the emotional impact, mind you. The Mononoke of this series are not as characterful as the Vizards or Hollows of Bleach. In fact, the enemies are super corny. They're just cartoonishly evil, and they all speak the same way.
I'll kill you. You insolent woman, I'll eat you up and chew on your bones. Your family, I already ate them and shat them out and ate them again.
All a bunch of horseshit writing that does absolutely nothing but to obviously telegraph to the reader how bad the Mononokes are. We get it. They're deplorable. They want to kill humans. Each Mononoke feels as threatening as Quantum TV, TBH. All they care about are their snacky snacks. Hey, Gen Osuka, you can vary the personalities of your opposition, fam. All you have to do is put your imagination into your writing. Kusanagi is bitch made, but for some reason, even though he never proves himself to be vital in the early chapters, he's given so much shine throughout the rest of the story. And yet, he never grows up. There's been no character development for Kusanagi at all, and I don't connect to him in any way after 25 chapters. And you also don't know what he ultimately contributes to the overall plot. For some reason, most of the Mononoke are very infantile in nature, and Kusanagi is the biggest culprit of this. He's just a shitty character, the worst thing about this show for me. Honestly, I laughed only once. When Toda is introduced, he's a good character, I do like him, but that's the only unique thing that's offered in Doron. Every fucking trope is used here. The head-bashing apology, the tearful pleading to not cross the murky waters of revenge, the stoic and competitive rival, sleeping for days after a big battle, enemies that can regenerate within seconds, I'm getting real tired of that one, spiritual swords, a fox summoning ability that's able to one-hit KO the target, endless shouting, an absurdly high power level that breaks the scouter, crazy food consumption, name puns, the oversized brainless Hulk, the power of friendship. It's an entire Shueisha encyclopedia. Doron Dororon is very bad. I've had more thrilling moments watching Paw Patrol. The fact that it's so paint by numbers and does nothing new, nothing interesting, or nothing well makes Doron one of the worst manga that I've read in years. And I want to make it clear, I'm not shitting on the fans of this series. Like what you like, consume whatever content you want, but I'll never give a pass to an artist that I know is more than capable of putting together an actual good series. This entire work reeks of a hack chasing after the bag. This series is a 2 out of 10.